Chairman Crapo, Ranking Member Wyden, and members of the committee, thank you for the opportunity to testify today. My name is Rebecca Vallas, and I have the privilege of serving as the Chief Executive Officer of the National Academy of Social Insurance. This year, as our nation celebrates 250 years of American democracy, we are celebrating this simple but profound idea that lies at its heart: that government exists to serve the people, and that those entrusted with public office are stewards of institutions that belong not to any one political party, but to the American people as a whole. Few institutions better embody that idea than Social Security. 91 years ago this month, when President Franklin Roosevelt signed the Social Security Act into law, he called it a cornerstone in a structure which is by no means complete. I've always loved those words of FDR's because they remind us that Social Security has never been a finished project. It is a living expression of our democracy and of how we show up for one another when it matters most. And I believe that's exactly the responsibility this committee today has, and in the chapter ahead, needs to work on together. I'll offer 3 brief points today. First, Social Security is the cornerstone of economic security in America, as you've heard from everyone who's already spoken. And while Social Security is appropriately celebrated for reducing poverty, the Academy's research finds it is foundational to retirement and disability security all the way across the income spectrum. Virtually all Americans say Social Security will be important or very important to their retirement income. Just 4% of Americans say it will be not at all important to them in retirement. Likewise, just 2% say it would not be at all important if they experience work-limiting disability. Second, at a time of great division on so many issues, the American people are remarkably united around what they want for Social Security's future. The Academy's national survey research, which we conducted with AARP and others, finds that more than 3 in 4 Republicans, more than 9 in 10 Democrats, and more than 8 in 10 independents want lawmakers to strengthen Social Security's revenue base to protect its critical benefits. Americans across party lines, income, education, and generations support starting by reforming the payroll tax cap for higher earners and are also interested in looking to other sources of wealth and income that have increasingly escaped Social Security's financing structure as the economy has shifted. Critically, Americans don't see solvency and benefit adequacy as competing goals. 82% prefer a package that both closes the long-term financing gap and, as my testimony notes, makes targeted improvements that better reflect the realities of modern life. My third and final point is this: Social Security belongs to the American people. That means the process this committee adopts to address Social Security's finances is just as important as the policy choices themselves. Commissions and expedited legislative procedures are not inherently good or bad, but any process to shape the future of a program as important as Social Security should strengthen, not weaken, the connection between Congress and the will of the people it serves. A process that limits public debate or makes it easier for elected officials to distance themselves from the outcome risks doing the opposite. On many issues, democratic governance is difficult because the American people themselves are deeply divided. But Social Security is different. The American people are remarkably united about what they want for the program's future: strengthen its revenue base to protect benefits and expand protections for groups being left behind. In other words, on this issue, the American people have already answered many of the biggest questions. That means Congress's task is not to find ways around the American people, it's to listen to them. Social Security isn't just a government program, and it isn't simply a math problem to solve. It's part of the fabric of American life, relied upon today and counted on tomorrow by Americans across income levels, party affiliations, and generations. As we celebrate 250 years of American democracy, there are few responsibilities of greater consequence than faithfully stewarding a program that belongs to the American people. And the Academy stands ready to support this committee as it undertakes this important bipartisan work. Thank you for having me as part of this critical conversation.